Your life as an entrepreneur is no doubt a busy one. So you need to avoid distractions and conflicts as much as possible so that you can have a good, productive and successful day. And we're going to give you some tips on how you can do that in this video. And the first one is to make realistic goals, to set realistic goals for yourself and for your business. So start by performing an assessment to get clear on your top priorities for each day, each week, and each month. Setting goals will place you on the right track towards achieving what you want to achieve. And if you do it daily, you'll be better able to grasp the process and to find what works best. And this will give you a clear, definitive line of focus to concentrate your energy and to help you make decisions more quickly. And if an event arises that's not a priority, then you can more easily decide how or whether to focus on it right now. Also, you can benefit from doing as much as possible in as little time as possible by using the 80-20 rule to your advantage. Now, the 80-20 principle states that 80% of an individual's success comes from 20% of their efforts. As an entrepreneur, you want to figure out where your most profitable 20% is and spend the majority of your time on those activities. Now, for some people, the most profitable activities come from working with current clients or marketing to find new clients or creating more multiple income streams or sparking creativity in their day. It's going to vary depending on what type of business that you have. But you should be able to figure out exactly what that is, what your most profitable 20% is. So find out what yours is and then concentrate the majority of your time on that. And also, you should try to make things as simple as possible. Lots of people don't do this. They look for complicated and convoluted ways of doing things. But if you keep to the old KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, then you should be fine. Make it as simple as possible. And this means streamlining processes and making things work easier. Now, for example, if you take credit cards in your business, then make that more available than having to deal with checks or cash that has to be carried to the bank, that has to be cashed, and that has to be deposited. It's a whole lot of hassle. Whereas, of course, come into the 21st century, folks, you can simply do everything online and have all the money transferred electronically, and you don't have to waste your time doing your banking. And of course, if there are steps to a process that can be eliminated without causing any harm or without lowering the quality of your product or your service, then you want to do that and watch your productivity swoon. Now, the more you simplify, the easier it will be for your business to run. Things and processes run smoother with fewer steps. And when there's fewer steps, you decrease the possibilities of errors because there's less to do, so there's less to go wrong. And simplification is a great tool for finding more time. Something else that you can do is to get other people to help you. Now, when you can leverage the productivity of others, you can get more done in less time. Like the old saying says, many hands make light work. So you can delegate tasks to people or to processes. You can automate processes. You can outsource to people on outsourcing sites and so on. Now, obviously, the amount of delegating, outsourcing or automating is going to depend on how much you can afford and how comfortable you are with not being in complete control. The latter is a problem for some people, but think about it this way. When you look at some of the most successful business people that the world has known, you'll notice that there are certain patterns that develop. And one of them is that they don't try to do everything. Take Richard Branson, for example, one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. He runs umpteen different businesses. He's got his record label, his airline, all sorts of different businesses. Now, he couldn't devote himself to doing every single task that there is in that business or in his multiple businesses. So, of course, he hires other people to do those jobs for him, and he hires other people who have the skills that he doesn't have. Bill Gates, well, he may have written code when Microsoft first started back in the early days, but once he started to get the company going, he didn't do a lot of hands-on coding. He had other people to do that for him. And Microsoft, of course, is now one of the biggest and most successful companies that there is in the world today. Henry Ford, you can go back that far. Henry Ford came up with a way of mass producing motor cars. And I'm sure he worked it all out ahead of time, but it came to a point where he didn't need to get his hands dirty anymore. He could simply hire a whole army of people to do the tasks for him. He didn't need to actually hand build the cars himself. He had other people who worked for him who did that. And then there's Arianna Huffington. Now, she doesn't write every single article that's in the Huffington Post. She doesn't sell every piece of advertising personally. She has other people who work for her who do that. So the message is clear. If you want to be really successful, you must leverage the time and expertise of others. And it's the way to move your business up to the next level, and to free more of your own time for other things that you find rewarding, both in a business and a financial sense, and of course in your life as well.